I've been doing real estate for over 25 years, and I've seen markets that look really bad. I've seen it look really good. But what I'm seeing right now on the island of Puerto Rico is something else, and I'm very excited for it. Still, I'm going to be honest and not hold back. Right now, things look calm. Prices have leveled off, maybe they're even going down a little bit. But interest rates are still high, and sellers, they're trying to hold tight. Behind the scenes, though, there's a lot of pressure that's building up. You have homeowners sitting on properties they can't fix, refinance, sell, or rent. And on top of that, there are hundreds of thousands of abandoned zombie homes stuck in probate with title issues or just sitting there waiting for a real estate investor superhero like you. And when lending opens back up, all that frozen inventory and pent-up demand hits the market at exactly the same time. Guys, that's when things are going to explode. That's when things move fast. This is what's crazy. The market right now is not heating up, it's cooling down. That's what makes it so attractive for finders, operators, and funders. When everybody else is scared, that's when the best opportunities show up. We saw that exact same pattern in 2011 stateside. Everybody thought the market was dead, and that's exactly when the biggest fortunes were made. Puerto Rico's about a decade behind that kind of recovery curve. And 2026 could be the moment that flips everything. Let's talk about fundamentals, because this isn't theory, this is numbers. 1, we have a limited supply on the island. It's an island, and you can't just make more land. Between environmental rules, slow permits, and high construction costs, new housing is non-existent. 2, population shifts. We're finally seeing locals moving back home. Professionals who are relocating to the island to work remotely. And yes, Act 60 folks and investors bringing in capital. But it's not just that. The U.S. government reshoring effort brings manufacturing back to the mainland and Puerto Rico. And that means it creates jobs and brings more people, more money, and more demand. 3, a tourism surge. Puerto Rico has been breaking records in tourism for the last few years. The Airbnbs, they're all full. Boutique hotels, they're popping up and killing it. And that drives both short-term rentals and resale value. 4, the inflation hedge. The dollar's losing value faster than ever. And real assets, like real estate, are the safest store of wealth, period. 5, financing opens up. Private lenders, DSCR loans, and stateside money. It's all starting to trickle back to the island. And as interest rates continue to drop, watch what happens. So while everybody's panicking about the real estate interest, I'm watching for the signal. Low rates plus low inventory equals a massive appreciation window. But there is one big if. This depends on the banks, the local Puerto Rican banks, fixing the liquidity problem for the island. A lot of local lenders are just sitting on the sidelines, claiming that there's not enough cash flow and too much risk. But once they start freeing up money and loosening credit, that's the green light. And that's when the market will wake up. This is what I love about Puerto Rico right now. The big institutions, they haven't taken over. In the States, Wall Street's already bought up entire neighborhoods, and they're creating a renter nation. But here, it's still local investors, small partnerships, and family businesses doing the work. That means there's still space for regular people like you. And I'm talking to locals and newcomers alike. It's time, guys. Get in, fix up properties, and build something before the big money shows up. Because once the hedge funds come, they won't be buying one house at a time. They're going to be buying portfolios, subdivisions, and even entire towns. And those of you that already own some property, you're going to be the ones who are able to cash in. And that's why I keep saying 2026 might not just be a good time to buy, it might actually be the last chance for you to buy cheap. And when this market moves, it's not just going to help investors. It helps everybody. Contractors, lenders, agents, small business owners, other homeowners. And that's what real economic growth looks like. And when people own real estate during a wave, they benefit. And if you don't own real estate before the wave comes, well, you get left behind. And when someone asks me, Robbie, isn't Puerto Rico already expensive? I just smile and say, compared to what? Miami, Dallas, Orlando? Puerto Rico is still undervalued by at least 40 to 60% compared to other coastal markets. Guys, that gap, it's going to close. It always does. So here's the play if you're watching this. 1, learn the market. Don't wait for CNBC and the fake news to tell you that the market's hot.
I'm not going to give you a question.
Can you state categorically?
You are fake news.
Sir.
Get out there, start driving neighborhoods and talking to local people. And build relationships. 2, build relationships. The best deals on the island of Puerto Rico, they never hit the MLS. They come from knowing the right people. So 3, Get your capital ready. Private money, partnerships, even creative financing. Line all that shit up right now. Number 4, plug into a community. You want to join groups that are actually doing deals. And if you're serious, come join our Flip Flop Flipper community. We connect finders, funders, and operators. And we're doing deals all across the island. Guys, I've seen a lot of real estate cycles. And I've learned that the best opportunities don't feel all that safe. They show up when things look uncertain and when everybody else is still sitting on the sideline. Puerto Rico right now, it's one of those rare moments. It's not because it's easy, it's because it's real. If this video's opened your eyes, hit the subscribe button and comment yes if you want to join our free community.